everybody, and thanks for joining Stamp with Tracy for today's Well Wednesday. Today we are going to be working with this awesome bundle that is in our current new mini catalog, and it's called Christmas Classics, and I absolutely love it, and you can find that on page 31 of the mini catalog. Now, it is part of the Joy of Christmas suite that begins on page 28. And you'll see here that there are two bundles that come with that, and absolutely gorgeous. And the loose holly gems and sequins, the black and very vanilla checked ribbon, the Joyful Designer Series paper. This is specialty paper because it's foil. Has some gold foil and copper and gold and shaded spruce and all through it. And then the other designer series paper called Joy of Christmas. Now, I am just going to be working with the Christmas Classic bundle, which you can see in its entirety on page 31. So this bundle sells for $52, and it comes with the stamp set as well as the dies. Now, I absolutely fell in love with these dies. And I love the font of the sayings here as well. And you can make this religious, you can make it generic. I loved all the choices you have with this. And it came with such a wonderful selection of dies. So they have this awesome die here that makes a beautiful background. And then it has the die to cut the piece of paper for the inside of it. Same thing with this one here. It has a beautiful cutout, and then also a die to cut the piece that goes over top of it for your sentiment or saying. And then there's a lot more pieces to it, the leaves. And one of the things I wanted to say about this awesome holly leaf is when you cut out that holly leaf, there is a little bit in the center. Let me see if I can find one here. Here's two different colors I did. Let me put them on something so you can see them better. I had played around with a whole bunch of different colors using this stuff, but when you cut out the leaf, this is the inside that's left over, and I saved that for use as little sprigs in different places. So don't throw that part away when you cut out that leaf, this nice little center part here. I have yet to figure out what this is. This one and this one. And I have been looking around on different websites and Facebook pages and things like that. And I'm going to figure it out. I don't know quite yet what it is. I know it cuts a hole in the paper. And it is, let me see, I think I do have one here. So here's what it looks like when it cuts out. So I don't know if you just use it for a decorative look. I'm not quite sure because all these little pieces are separate when it is cut out. But I cut it out just to see what it looked like. And I guess it would make a nice pretty border or maybe even a nice pretty design. Oh, wait a minute. I think I know what it is. Now that I looked at it, I bet it is this little stamp here. Maybe. I don't know. Like I said, I'm going to figure it out. And when I do, I'll be happy to share it with you. But there's a cute little stamp in there that I'll show you as well. So we're going to start out with this awesome card. And this one was made by a demonstrator named Doris Fahey. And I saw it online on one of our demonstrator pages, and I absolutely fell in love with it. And I thought this was the one I was going to make online for you today. So what I have here is a piece of 8.5 by 11 in Mossy Meadow. I'm sorry, 8.5 by 5.5. So it's 8.5 by 5.5, and it's scored at 4 1/4. And sorry, let me turn off. I'm getting a call and I want to make sure it doesn't interrupt our video. Then I cut a piece of gold foil. Now this gold foil is just 1/8 of an inch smaller than this. So instead of 4 1/4, it is 4 1/8 and 5 3/8 in length. But then what I did was I'm going to be covering it with another piece of paper. So I thought, why waste all this inside here? So I always take and put that on my paper trimmer and leave about a good 1/2 inch or so that I have enough room to play with it to add my other piece of paper to. And I cut out that inside, and then I have more gold foil paper to use because I hate to waste it. So what I did cut out was this piece from Very Vanilla, and it's using our Quatrefoil tile embossing folder. And it's absolutely gorgeous, and I don't think you can appreciate it on here, but it's a really, really pretty design. And we're going to add that to the top of that foil. And this piece is cut at 4 by 5 1/4. So it's just 1/8 of an inch smaller, because I just want the littlest bit of gold to be going around the back there. And then we can add this to our card base using our Stampin' Seal, or your Tombow glue, whichever you prefer to use. So then we just have a little bit of the mossy meadow in the back, and then a real tiny bit of foil. I put that on a little crooked, it looks like, but I don't know if I can take it off and have a chance to correct it. So I'm just going to leave it. It happens, right? Then I have this cut out, which is that beautiful die cut. I cut out some of the leaves, and I used the distressed gold paper that is under on the annual catalog in our specialty paper. Absolutely love this. And this cut out from that die, and I'm going to stamp in Mossy Meadow, Season's Greetings. Now, I'm a strictly Merry Christmas type of person, but I know that everybody else isn't. So I'm going to share this using the Season's Greetings that fits perfectly on here. Clean that off so I don't get it on anything. And then we are going to add that to the card. Let me just look really quick. I'm trying to think I made it, I think I put this directly on here, and then I popped this part up. So I will center that on there. And then I'm going to use Stampin' Dimensionals to add this to the card. And I'm pretty much going to center it from top to bottom. And then come back and fill it in with some of that beautiful other gold pieces that I cut out of the distressed gold. So there we go. So now I think I will use my Tombow liquid glue, our glue in the green bottle, to go ahead and add behind that. And I'll put the first one over here. And again, I saw this idea on one of our demonstrator Facebook pages where we share ideas for other demonstrators to copy and use in their cards, which is one thing I absolutely love about Stampin' Up. It's all about sharing and caring. I'm going to put this one under right here. And then I cut out a few of these also that came out of that same die set for the Christmas Classic dies. Bring that down a little bit there. And maybe we'll put one up there as well. Now this isn't exactly like Doris Fahey's. I am changing it up just a little bit to give it my own little taste here. And then I took our basic jewels and I colored them with a Stampin' Blend and use my Take Your Pick tool and pick those up. And there's some larger ones and there's some smaller ones, so I'll probably be using different sizes of these, which is why I colored different ones. And these are just our basic jewel rhinestones that you'll find with the rest of our embellishments. So we'll give this a little bit of bling. Now you don't have to cover them all. I did decide to do them all, because you know me, I do like my bling. If you watch me often, you know I don't like to forget my bling. I'll do a small one on here, small one on here. And if you don't have our Take Your Pick tool, you really should consider getting it. It just makes life so easy. So when you're cutting out these die cuts, you've got the pointy part there that you can easily push out all those little pieces if they didn't come out when you cut the die. So there we have that. Isn't that a gorgeous Christmas card? Hope you can see the beautiful gold. Again, this is regular gold foil behind it, and this is the gold distressed specialty paper. So that's my featuring card, and then let me show you some other things that I did with it as well. So I wanted to use our current in colors and make this a non-traditional Christmas card. And if you're not familiar with our 2325 in colors, they're boho blue, copper clay, moody mauve, pebble path, and wild wheat. So I used wild wheat and copper clay. And what I did here was just cut them out. Now this is a stamp that is also in this stamp set. Right here, it's this one. So I stamped that on this designer series paper. Now this designer series paper I took out of a pack of the Earth and Textures designer series paper, which is a different suite in the catalog. I liked the color went well with my copper clay, so I grabbed that. This is the moody mauve. This is the wild wheat. And this again is our gold distressed paper, if you can see that. And what I did was I took the punch, the modern label punch that is in the catalog. And let me see what page that was. It was with the Modern Garden bundle that I had showed you a few weeks ago. But that punch can be found on page 54 of the new mini catalog. And here it is. So I cut that out of a piece. Sorry, did you get a chance to see that? I cut that out, punched it out with a piece of the gold distressed. And then I just cut the top to make it like a pot, and cut a little piece, just a really thin piece off the bottom to give it like the curved stand. And I think that turned out to be a great little pot to put our embellishments in for these beautiful greenery. And again, this was wild wheat, and I stamped with the copper clay. So I know it's not Christmas colors, but I thought it kind of made it more masculine looking using these warm earth tone colors, and I do absolutely love it. Let me know when you make a comment on today's video what you think. I know I'm a traditional color person, and I probably would never use this to send out to all of my friends and family and customers that I send cards to, but I definitely like it and would use it for a specific person, especially a male. I thought it had those warm, nice tones and was very nice for a man's card. So that's that one. And then I wanted to show you really simple, and you could do something using just a few stamps out of here and make a beautiful simple card. Now this simple card was just stamped with the holly stamp here 3 times, and then put the berry stamp, This was with Mossy Meadow. This was with Cherry Cobbler. And again, I used the Season's Greetings. And I went back with my light Mossy Meadow blends and colored in those leaves. And that is just, I mean, especially, I love coloring. So the little bit of time it took for that. But other than that, what a simple, easy card. But I still think it is so beautiful. So that was another one I wanted to show you using this cute little set. Then in the same way, I did another one and dressed it up quite a bit. So this is simple, easy peasy, and this is stepped up just a little bit, but pretty much using the same idea. So I stamped the holly leaves across, then I fussy cut around those holly leaves. Again, I stamped the berries, but then I also used the pearlized enamel effects that you can get. You'll find that in our annual catalog on page 137. And they make these cute little, like our embellishment jewels and pearls and things. So that turns into a nice hardened little pearl. And I did a little teeny tiny one right up there for my eye for the Christmas. I stamped Christmas wishes and Christmas, and then the word wishes, and then this pretty little design here. So one more thing I wanted to show you that I did see that was a really cool idea from a demonstrator online named Patricia Coates. And she came up with the idea of making an ornament out of this. And I cut it out of Mossy Meadow. And I used a piece of gold specialty paper behind it. And then I used the die that came with the set and cut out a piece of this here. And it would be ideal to use that die to cut out, whether it's a grandchild, whether it's your children, whether it's your parents, your loved one, and make this a beautiful little ornament, even if it was a family picture and you were sending it. I know a lot of people send little things in their Christmas cards or have little family exchange gifts or a great little hostess gift if you were going to an event. Now, you could make it more elaborate, but I wanted to just keep it very simple. And hopefully you can see that. And I just put a piece of scrap ribbon I had sitting here, some copper threaded shiny ribbon, and made a little ornament out of that. So I hope you liked today's Wow Wednesday. And I have to tell you that the pearlized effects take a long time to dry. And as you can see, I just sat my card right on top of it and ruined that card. But I'm going to see if I can salvage it. I'll figure out something to do. Cover it up with something. Figure out how to get more of that off of there. So you have to put that aside and let it dry. So you can see I just sat that on top of it and smashed all of those. But I'll do something to fix that up. I'll still make it usable. I don't know what. But here are today's cards. We'll set this one aside so I don't do that again and mess it up anymore. But these are the two cards that you will have. These are the two cards that you will have a chance to win by commenting on my Wow Wednesday. So you always need to like and comment. And that gives you the opportunity to have your name on the wheel when I pick a winner. Next week, I usually do it on Mondays. And get these cards out in the mail to you. So don't forget, like and comment for your chance to win. And don't forget that this month for October, my class to go, if you spend $40 or more and use my host code for the month of October. Now, of course, if your order's $150, don't use the host code. Just go to my site and place your order, earn your rewards, pick out what you want. But if it's under $150 and you use my host code and it's over $40, you qualify for my class to go for the month of October. These are the two cards that you will get the supplies to make 2 of each. So you'll get 2 supplies to make 2 of this one and 2 in this one for a total of 4 cards, and you earn that absolutely free by placing a $40 order. And don't forget, if it's under $150, you need to use the host code as well. So that goes to the end of the month, and I will get those kits out to people sometime in early November. I'll have those all cut for everyone that has placed an order for $40 or more. So don't forget that. It's also a month of a great, fantastic deal for anyone that's interested in possibly becoming a demonstrator or just wanting to get a discount yourself. Remember, you can get 35% off the price. That brings your starter kit down from $99 to just $64.35, and you get to pick out $125 worth of product of your choice. Remember, it's of your choice. And then you'll also get some demonstrator items in there, like some catalogs and things like that. That'll help you if you decide to share it or give them to friends to order too. And the other choice is to get 35% more worth of product. So instead of picking out $125 worth of product, you would pick out $168 worth of product. Now, remember, shipping is free for that starter kit. So if it's something that interests you, it's a great time to do it. Any questions, feel free to contact me. Don't forget, again, like and comment for today's Well Wednesday. And don't forget to tell me what you think of, I can't remember what I said earlier in the video. Whatever it was I said to give me a comment. Might have been what you thought of using these alternative colors for Christmas. But if you listen to the video, you'll hear it that quick. I already forgot what I said. But anyway, thanks again for joining me, everyone. Happy stamping. Bye-bye.